Did you know that above all the hustle and bustle of the travel, there's a restful retreat? A place with free food, free drinks, comfortable seating.
I'm talking about a little place called Aspen.
Basically the Aspen of the airport. But airport lounges are not as difficult to get into as some people make them out to be. Just like any magic trick, once you know the secret, it's super simple. We're talking the 5 most common ways to get lounge access. Then we'll decide, is it worth it?
So the first way, one-time pass. It's the easy button. You can slap down your cash on the counter and just keep walking. Don't even have to break stride. The price you're paid depends on the lounge you go to, and there's 3 types of lounges. Checking in.
Yeah, please.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, just checking in. Like I was saying, there are 3 types of airport lounges. You have your airline branded, such as Delta, American, United, Lufthansa, etc. All the big airlines have their own lounge. Then there are credit card affiliated. American Express Platinum gives you access to Centurion lounges. There's about 40 or so. No one-day passes here. Capital One is trying to get into the game with the Venture X card, and same with Chase Sapphire. And then there's some hybrid credit cards such as the high-end United, American, Delta, etc. that get you access to their lounges when you're traveling on their airline. And third, these are the most common. They're the third-party lounges. There are a couple ways to get into these. This will likely be your ticket in, and we'll sort all that out, but let's get back to our list. Checking out.
Second way, a free way into the lounge, is one of the perks of getting elite status with it.
The audio in that airport was garbage. How did I not see that coming? That's what I get for hanging out at the gate and not the lounge. So this is the reshoot. The second way, free way, slide it over into the lounge, elite, Okay, we're caught up. So for instance, United, we're talking at least gold status. Just because you have elite status with one airline does not mean that's transferable to other airlines for access to their lounges. Seems obvious, but we'll state it anyways. If you have elite status with, say, Delta, which gives you access to their lounges, you roll into the airport, flying United, you cannot enter a United Club lounge. You need to be ticketed by the airline with whom you have elite status in order to use that lounge. Not transferable between big airlines of different alliances like United, Delta, American, but transferable within alliances such as United and Lufthansa, or keep going back to all the Star Alliance airlines because it's just what I know. It's transferable within an alliance.
For example, Star Alliance Gold will give you lounge access to all the Star Alliance airlines.
Now here's an important note that I didn't realize until I tried to waltz right into a United Club lounge, because now I had gold status. It only really matters when you're flying international. With elite status and lounge access, if you're flying domestic, that does not give you admittance. So try to roll in like I did. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now, let's do a quick thought experiment. Suppose you want to travel someplace internationally, but you don't have status. With these international flights, you got to show up to the airport like 17 hours early. Or maybe you have a long layover along the way, on your way to the Maldives or Burkina Faso, wherever you're headed. You're gonna want someplace comfortable to sit, to eat and drink and relax before your flight. And this is our third hack, is to purchase a first class or business class ticket for an international flight. The international plus first or biz, not cheap, I know, but that combination, if you decide to get a wild hair, that will get you into a lounge. Now, an international first class or biz class ticket is not cheap. Huge splurge. And maybe you don't fly international much, or ever. Our fourth hack is the answer. A third-party membership can help you enjoy the elevated life on domestic flights when inevitably your flight is delayed. Fourth hack, you can purchase a membership with Priority Pass They have a ton of lounges.
Priority Pass has its own tiers. You just need to decide which of these programs best suits your flying needs and accommodates your pocketbook.
Now, say you're traveling a whole lot, so you think, Priority Pass membership, that's for me. I'm in.
You sign me up.
Let's just think about this for an extra 2 seconds. Suppose, I don't know, your travel kind of tapers off or it comes to a grinding halt altogether out of nowhere.
Mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
It's probably a bad dream. So this is why I recommend hack number 5. It's a credit card, one of these fancy ones, that comes with a complimentary Priority Pass membership. The one I use is this. Not sponsored. I used to have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but they bumped up the annual fee $100 and I didn't like that, so I bailed. There are a bunch of cards out there that you can get, pay a little bit of a premium annual fee, but you get that Priority Pass lounge access and you're not locked into a membership with Priority Pass.
Those are the 5 most popular ways in, but is it worth it? Step 1, we need to figure out what are we actually getting from these lounges?
You get nothing!
What is the benefit to you? Well, free food's always good. Depends on the time of day you visit the lounge, but it's typically constantly being refreshed, beverages refilled. Overall, the food situation is good, can't beat the price, and the buffet style that they all have is super convenient. I've had short layovers, have been hungry. I literally just pop into a lounge, grab a bottle of water, a pre-made sandwich, and I'm headed to my flight. Probably just save $10. But if you're not pressed for time, flight gets delayed, you can really put on the feed bag and go to town.
Get in my belly!
Free drinks. I mentioned the bottle of water, but there's also juice, coffee, beer, wine, liquor. Some of them have bartenders that will make you cocktails for free. Don't forget to tip.
Just a tip.
But it all depends on the specific lounge and the airport that you're at. I've certainly been at some that are super luxurious and some that are a little dumpy. But a bad lounge is still better than waiting at the gate. And there's just the general comfort that comes with being at the lounge. Seats are more comfortable, there's outlets that work, and it's just generally more quiet. In some of the lounges, there's even a designated quiet space. But wait, there's more. Some of them offer showers, which are great for international flights, especially when they're delayed or red eye. Just gives you a chance to refresh. Just make sure you pack a fresh pair of clothes. The lounge provides the towels. So in a nutshell,
I'm in a nutshell.
that's what you get. Free drinks, free food, quiet environment, great workspace, and just being away from the hustle and bustle. Now, what do we have to give up to get all that goodness?
You have no idea.
Well, let's crunch those numbers. I'd say if you're only traveling once a month, probably not worth it. You probably want to stick to the one-time passes. If you're regularly traveling twice a month, depending on how long the flights are, now you should start thinking about leveling up. Take a look at those numbers. If you take 2 flights per month that don't have layovers, just direct, that's possibly 4 lounge visits per month. The average cost of a proper airport meal, I'd say between 20 to 40 per person. We'll just call it 30. So 4 lounge visits, that saves you $30 a pop. Some quick public school math tells us that 4 times 30 is $120 per month, or over the course of the year, you're saving $1,440. Now, if you're traveling more than twice a month, lounge access will make your airport life better. But how do we make your airplane life better? Is that the cheesiest? There are 2 huge United Airlines loopholes that you can use to get status faster. Among other perks, means complimentary upgrades on international flights. And as we know, flying first or business class on international flights means you get right in that lounge.